Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Let's go, baby. Gains. I'm here. I'm just a ghost. Hold on one second. I just got to flip a switch. He just flipped his switch. I don't know no anybody's doing it like this. Bodies hit the floor. Bodies hit the floor. 1, 2, 3. I should be in. And show me the money. All right. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you. The most volatile 1-minute candles I've seen in my life on any asset in the world. This is insane what I'm seeing right now. Let's break down. Let's get the music back up and running. We won't blow your ears out. Doing nice and calm this time. I got it. I fired that last audio guy, okay? It was me. I fired him, all right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you. Let's put the lemon into the water. I did work out today. I sweated profusely. I'm probably going to have to bring back some of that and put some little salt, little electrolytes. Get that water helping you out. When you need it, your body will tell you. Feels good. Shout out to everyone. 90,000. We've been at basically 90,000 for hours now, battling the charts. How do you trade this? What do you do? Who in their right mind could have? This is insanity. I was in a short. I'll tell you what I've done. I'm in a short on the 1 hour time frame for light money. Okay. And then I'm still seeing if we can hold that 3-day 200 moving average. And so we're kind of just stuck in limp. This is insane. This is the 1 minute chart. We pumped up huge, went sideways, dumped down fast, ripped up again, went sideways. Absolutely absurd. I find it insane. So I have a short open right now. I don't even want to see. What is it? I think it's down. Is it? Oh no, it's up $1. Wow. I thought it was down. I think I was up $150 at one point. Why am I shorting? What do I see? What's happening? Well, let me introduce myself. My name's Sam Price. Thank you for jumping on in the Crypto Lifer. I appreciate you. I thank you so much for being here and being a part of the team. If you show up to the live, you're adding to the comments. You're adding to the algorithm. You're a part of my movement. I appreciate that. And I consider it our movement because what's mine is yours. When I do go, whatever happens, things will happen. We will connect again. You know what I mean? Like whatever happens. What I'm hoping is this community will go on forever. I don't want to say the thing, you know what I mean? But if anything ever happened and I disappeared, this community would continue to go on forever, man. It really would. So shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. We appreciate you. We love you. We thank you so much. And let me get this link out to the live stream people too, out there in Discord land. I got to send that on out. And let me pop out the chat and see how everybody's doing this morning. Good workout this morning. Hope you had a good workout. I did too. Everything is in alignment. Let's take a look at what's happening to the S&P, the NASDAQ. We're going to take a look at the whole market too. We don't just trade crypto. I know I'm the Crypto Lifer, but my abilities span across multiple areas of expertise. We could trade anything. Seriously. I do think it's the best if you sit on one asset. You'll just get better at that one asset over time. All right. Look at this awesome volatility. This is insanity. There's my signal yet again. It's telling me maybe I should just cut off the short. By now, I felt we could have dumped. And I've just been sitting in limbo here, just kind of like, right? It's a bigger trade. See, there's the stop up there, but I just bring that thing down. It's kind of my model right there, right? We made a flag on the 200. We're crossing the 200, but we did it over here. We faked it. We faked it like 3 times this morning. I haven't gone at it yet, so it's kind of nice. Had I gone at it 3 times, I'd probably be exhausted. A couple times, one time I did it 3 times, the 4th time I missed, and I would have made like 5 times what I lost, right? It was just, I had to stick with the trade. So for me, it's like the 21 crosses and we make a flag. I'll take the model. What I love about a model is I'll take it right now. Most volatile day, everyone's freaking out. I'll take the model. I'll take it. I'll grab it right now. I'll lasso that puppy. So we'll see. Only time will tell. Stay positive, stay amazing. And it doesn't matter what's happening today. You should tune into the channel. Wake up with gratitude and love. And it's not an act for me. This is real because there's no other choice. Like if the market was up huge, wake up in gratitude and love. The market was flat, I'd wake up in gratitude and love. The market was dumping in my face, I gotta wake up in gratitude and love. When the market dumps, does it change that I have 3 kids and a wife that love me? No. Does it change the house I'm living in and all the things that, the beautiful, rewards that God has provided? No. So, in my humble opinion, You got to keep a rewarding gratitude frequency. And when you're in gratitude, you can't be in a state of fear. Can't be upset about, you can't be jealous of someone else when you're thankful for what you have. You see what I mean? So gratitude wards off jealousy, it wards off fear. Can't be afraid when you're in a state of gratitude. I'm so thankful for this moment, but I'm afraid? No, that doesn't make sense. Because if you were afraid in the moment, then you wouldn't have gratitude. You see? You'd be in fear. So once you have gratitude and you go to it over and over, and the mind will create the habits that you're stuck in. So what you keep doing, you're going to keep doing. Unless you reprogram yourself. One way to do that is to join my trading group and reprogram your brain. Start telling yourself you can and not you can't. Start telling yourself today's probably a day someone's going to make the biggest trade of their life today, possibly. I know, right? You'd be like, no, today's horrible. Look at the market volatility. Yeah, but today someone might make the biggest trade of their life. You see what I'm saying? There's a day of opportunity for whoever believes it. Let's move on into the charts. But right now I'm watching this. If the 21 touches here, I got to kind of bend the knee that the bulls are going to keep pumping. And this was just this is insane though. You know, I have this like creepy trader instinct in the back of my mind who it's like a psychic, I guess. And he tells me the market's going to pump. And I have no fear, no worries, and that somehow this is all going to pass and we're going to pump. But it doesn't make sense to me and I don't see it in the charts yet. So I shouldn't even have said that because some people will say, hey, that's what he said. But there's this there's something out there. Interesting. Every once in a while, this computer will change my mouse settings. Just every once in a while. If I move the mouse a certain way or it hits something, I can't explain it. So hold on, let me get this. Yeah, there we go. My mouse just all of a sudden went slow. I had to move the settings. Crazy, right? Always something. That's something I learned has happened to me. Let me move my mixer a bit. There we go. Got to get your setup right and tight. Got to get it right. So look, that is a model of mine as the 21 comes towards the 200, but I wait for the 200 to cross. The 200 doesn't cross. Look, it could be a double top. Volatility's been absolutely insane. Well, we let this 1 minute cook and find out when the 21 will cross, and then we'll make a flag up here. Then yes, I will probably flip. Never hit the reverse button. There's a reverse button here. Never do that, folks. Please. I think high fees because you have to get in, get out, both market. It just, no. Close your trade, reopen a trade, rethink. Yeah, please. I think I hit that once or twice. Worst thing you could ever do. I hit it one time just to see what it did. No. It's already a cup and handle, baby. Yeah. Pump it up. You know you gotta pump it up. Yeah, well, remember I was saying that yesterday. We had fun yesterday. Who had fun with me on the FOMC yesterday? Who had fun on the regular stream? Who came to both streams? Put a 444. If you went to both streams, put a 444 in the chat. When I say hey, y'all say oh, hey, oh. When I say y'all say it's already crossed on TradingView. Crypto Lifer helps you get your attitude right. Yeah, man. You know, another thing is we all have family and friends, right? A few of us, right? But is there anyone here have someone that you love close to you in your life? Put a 333 if you have people in your life that you love and that you know love you. Okay? If today one of them was sick or you got a call that they were really injured, would you care about the market? No, right? No. We don't think about that on a regular day. We get all upset, A trade goes wrong, something isn't right, and we get really upset. We get grouchy, get in our heads. But man, ever since my mom and dad died, it's been so much easier for me to tell myself that every day could be that day that I get that call. And once you get that call, someone is basically going into the next level, to the next world. If you have any inkling of emotions and you're a human being, I think it'll change you for the rest of your life, right? Yeah. So let's take a look. Can this 21 catch up to price action? It's kind of, scaring me out of the short right now as Bitcoin is holding, right? 77,177 is enough for me. I don't have to lose a lot, right? And we're back above the 1 minute 200 moving average. Now my signal is flashing. You know what I mean? I'm counter trading my signal. So that's why I should always just see. That's why I'm like kind of done shorting the market. My mind's like, just always take your signal, because there's been so much volatility. Even on the dumpiest days, I've gotten my signal. You know what I mean? Now, I wouldn't have taken this just yet. Maybe the cross on the 100, on the 200 is a go-to mine, but it's risky. I wait for the flag on the, and again, this looks like you're missing out, but remember, you're on the 1 minute. You have, if this is a real reversal, you have so much space, and you just got to remain really calm here, okay? Super calm. But this is what's supposed to happen. I mean, the 21 was curving up. Look, that was an ascending triangle. We saw it. It broke out. There's a measured move, the length of the previous pole. So, yeah. I mean, it says we can get to 91. Now I'm down 95. See? Let me show you why the short was open, because if you look at the 1 hour, I mean, the 1 hour looks like it was going to both bear flag to the downside, right? To me, it was just smart. 21 was coming into price action. Looked like it was going to, just like we're seeing now on the 1 minute, but the opposite way, it was going to catch up and dump. This could just be a last push out before it dumps. I don't trust any price action today. And I never trust Thursday after Fed Day. Light order books, because on Fed Day, it creates a lot of attention. It brings a lot of trading in. Everyone has to, I went live twice, right? So there's extra attention on Google, extra attention on the trade. I was trading live twice yesterday. Think about it. I put more volume in the market. So because everyone trades more on those days, when you think about it, it affects the market, and it affects the week, because it takes a lot of volume out that usually might have been spread about across 3 or 4 days. It all goes onto one day. You see? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Thank you, baby. I love you. I'm sorry. Shout out to everyone. 90,421. Okay. So now, I don't know, this could just be a spike up or down. I'm going to do a top-down analysis here. It even kind of looks like a shoulder, head, right shoulder. There's a lot. Let's go look at the top-down analysis for Bitcoin. Let's see if we can see anything. What I did look at today was the 15-minute did have a double bottom scheme going here, right? End of the day, you could say, well, that's a double bottom. 68% chance of a break to the upside. That's going somewhere up into this key area, 91,005. So look, now the short's only down 55. I just can't. The volatility is absurd today. It'll give you sweat, Okay, moving forward. But you can't say I don't look clean, though. Like, at the last second with what I put together, man. It's like, so 382. Let's take a look at what's happening here for BTC. Shout out to the 1,239 beautiful souls here on the live. Thank you for being here. Shout out to everyone that's kicking it with the lifer on a Thursday, man. In December. Like, we're putting YouTube on our back, man. YouTube, we got you, bro. But seriously, live streaming every single day since February of 2021. Let's go. We're going to bookend another year. Hopefully, dear Lord, this is it. Like, right? 20 more days and we can say we went 2025 without a day off, but we got to make it happen. What is this line that's never here? What is that? All right, thank you. Sorry. Let's take a look here at the monthly chart and whittle our way down. I haven't done a top-down analysis today. I was looking at just the 1 hour. It looked interesting to me. Wow, they're kind of are they bouncing it back up again now? Wow, the volatility. This is one of the, today, like, insane. But look, this is what I'm looking for now. If I just stick to my model. So this just has to flag out. 21 catches up, and my model tells me that there's about an 80% chance I can win the trade. I'd say there's a 60% on a bum day. And on a high volume day with good movement, there's like an almost, I say it gets into the 85s, right? But that's me. I've been using it for a long time now, so I project my trade. The trade should be made before the trade is made. You should see the trade way before you make it. Like, it's not like, people think the 1 minute is, but like, it's like, hey. Again, I'm not jumping in right now. You don't just enter. I always say this. I'm looking at the property right now. I'm not buying it. I'm setting up the trade to see if there's even, this might just lose the line and dump right back down again. It's been doing crazy things today. So there's a battle right here at this key level for price action. Bookmap says we go higher. I mean, there's liquidity on either side. There's a lot of liquidity down here, all the way to 95K. If you open it up, you'll see it's dark red. But, you know, there's deep action right there at 95, 96,000. Heavy stop losses, big liquidations for the shorts. Only $5,000 away, Bitcoin can reach out and touch somebody. It doesn't take too much. You know what I mean? So it's just crazy. Bitcoin can get everybody. Most vicious asset in the world, right? Yet it's the most attractive for that reason. Its volatility is its beauty. It's crazy, right? The snake biting its tail, the end of, you know, the two-headed monster. Bitcoin. Down 33 on the short. Sir, could you look at US 30 DXY? Nice dump. Let's kind of expand our knowledge here. Let me finish with BTC. The small time frames are just too enticing right now. Pulling me another 1 minute. Looks like we might make a right shoulder there. You see this? Shoulder, head, right shoulder, and come to the downside. Otherwise, we could kind of hang out. If we hang out here 21 touches, then yes. That's a catalyst for a move. But I held strong here on the short. They've played me twice, even with my own model on my base. But we'll see. So I think I've given you kind of the sauce here on the smaller time frame. Please don't do that if you're not a professional. And if you're not a professional, use the demo account, please, and demo trade every single day of your life. All right? As much as you can till you feel comfortable. And then use that comfortability to move into smaller bits and pieces. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Bitcoin can get everybody, but can everybody get Bitcoin? Interesting. I got two open right now. XRP at Solana. I'm in the green. Two shorts. Yeah. We'll see, because if Bitcoin tanks, everything tanks. If Bitcoin, you know, they're definitely building up a lot of liquidity on either side here. They're getting the bees to come to the honey right now with this price action. Got a lot of people doing a lot of things. Monthly candle flips back to red again. It was beautifully green yesterday. Things were looking up for us. No sauce today. No dice. We made 5,000 on Tuesday. Remember, we made 1,000 yesterday, or about 800 on the Fed stream. I made 800 on the Fed live stream. I gave you guys that beautiful 1 minute. It was the model. Can you believe it? Who traded the model with me yesterday? Did anyone learn the model yesterday? Because like yesterday was a perfect day to learn the model. Did anyone have no idea what I meant by the model, and then yesterday you finally like, oh, that's what he said. Put a 7. I want to see if you had an epiphany. If you had an epiphany, put a 777 in the chat. If you had an epiphany, I want to know if you're like, oh my gosh, he's been talking about this for days. I finally understand what he's saying. I had no idea this is what he was saying. Sorry, I had to mess with you. Someone just was like, yo, I just fell off my chair, bro. What are you doing that? Shout out to all the beautiful people here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. We appreciate your love and your constant concern for the lifer. The support and the love. I can feel it. You're amazing. If you want to learn what I learn, I teach a class the last Saturday of every month. Jump on in for our last class of the year. We'll end December with a class. It'll be amazing. I believe it's like the 28th. So 777s. We have a lot of people that had that epiphany, figured out what I was doing with the double live stream yesterday. Because we talked about it. We went over stuff. Yesterday was like a clinic, right? Because you got like 3 hours of really watching what I'm doing over and over again. Even though we were listening to Jerome Powell commenting, I had that chart up on the right side of the screen. We were live trading it in front of you. So what a great FOMC. He sits in the middle. You watch FOMC. You get all the commentary. You then watch the 1 to 5 minute chart with me. I live trade it in front of you. And then we also have Bookmap on the left side. What else do you need? I mean, that is a FOMC structure like I've never seen, right? Just done to perfection. And then we made gains during the FOMC. We made $800 in an hour. I mean, come on. Like, what more can you say? People love to you know, say what they say, but we do what we do, right? We don't really talk a lot here on this channel. I mean, we talk about what happened yesterday, but we did it. We keep showing up every single day. We don't take days off. Monthly chart. Let's go to the 2 week. I don't like this red. I'd like to see this close green. We've talked about it many times. It closes red. We might as well continue the dump easy. Might even, you know what it might also do? It might just close red full. I could see it dump all the way down here, wick a little bit, close red, and make a beautiful head. Then come up for the reverse rally. Then make the shoulder and dump. So we'd have like, you know, one more month of dump. In January is when we'd get some type of relief rally here. All right. Some rejection by 96 to 102, and then that might be all she wrote. Right. So anyway, and what that does is it makes this not support. You know, that's support if those two candles close tweezer bottoms. But right now you're losing support at 90,000. So you got about a 90K support. Can you hold it? We're battling monthly support. You can see this. Can the bulls get us back above monthly support? 90,000, 365 days a year, baby. So the 2-week chart finally closed the tweezer bottom. But right now it's in distress. I don't like that candle. However, we have time. We have 10 days and 9 hours. But that's a bearish beginning. I mean, that's like you want to dump and pump. You don't want to pump and dump. So just, you know, some signs there that we're struggling. Bitcoin back to 90 even after that little pump there to 90,450 area. I think that would put this short back in the money. No, back at break even. It's in it. 89,976 entry. Interesting. But look, head and shoulders starting to lose the 200 yet again. This is chop. This is the worst chop I've seen in my life. It makes sense because we were already in chop. Then we entered uncertainty. Then we're in low volume because it's December. And then we have low volume on top of that because we have Fed Day. You see what I'm saying? So you have this whole thing coming at you. So let me teach you and tell you more about what's happening today, because you understand the market, but you may be missing certain pieces of a strategy. You may have a strategy, but you're missing certain pieces of the market. You may not understand volume or days when you should be trading or not. You may trade on the worst days. You may be thinking that you're doing the best because you're following all the strategies, but you may be trading them on Saturday mornings or Sunday nights, or, you know what I mean? We want to be doing the right strategies at the right time. Those two things together combined create the metamorphosis of success, all right? Or add to probabilities at least. But that's the most important part. So in your journey, you want to learn, when should I be trading? Where do I live? Where, you know, New York time frame, where, and you want to know what New York time is. And basically Eastern Standard Time, my time frame, which is sad to say, but it's the best time frame for a trader worldwide. I don't really, you know, some people may beg to differ, but everyone even when I talk to all the traders, because I was out there in Lisbon, Singapore, around the world, meeting people from Dubai, and they were like, man, that New York, nothing beats you guys, the Americans, you crazy. They're like, you Americans crazy, market go crazy when New York open, you know. And so like they're used to, because they see it, some people it's 2 o'clock for them, 3 in the afternoon, 8, you know what I mean? Different times. So I don't like this 2-week candle right now. That's going to have to correct itself. Otherwise, we would have to bend the knee to bearishness. Same thing with the weekly. As we head in and we're getting closer and closer to Sunday night, that would be a very bearish close. Very. And, you know, I've seen this before where that's like a mini little shoulder. This is the giant head and you make a little mini shoulder and there's I've seen that. I have seen that, as weird as it is. But that's, first, I'm looking at candle closings, really important. So the first part of this stream, we really look at candle closes. Also, the 200 very far away from the 21, always a bear sign. That's how bear markets begin for Bitcoin every single time, for every asset in the world. Here we were very, you know what I mean? And I could backtest this for you and show you out on so many assets. We could spend all day on it. Who would like me to backtest this theory and show you when everything dumps like this? Or would you like to move on? You let me know. If I get enough people that say backtest, we'll do something later on in the stream to keep you kind of looking at something that would probably blow your mind. But you're still looking at some type of hidden bullish divergence, but the candles are just not closing well. This is in 8 hours. That's going to be a bearish close unless we get some type of massive short squeeze. So I'm not a fan of what I'm seeing here for Bitcoin on the 5-day chart either there with these 2 wicks. I mean, come on. And I keep saying that this could be a bear flag for sure. And it may take its time. It may take, 20 more days to get to that 21. And then we implode. We could be in chop for 20 days here until the new year. And then we dump down. And remember, the 3-day 200 moving average. If we lose it, we close like, there we close, but we wicked back. Here we tried to lose it, we got back. Here we close below. These two candles did close below. I was surprised. We did get the dump. That's when I thought it was just going to continue to implode. Very surprised we got the bounce there at 80K the way we did. However, we used the smaller time frames. I did wick that. Remember, I called it on the 12-hour. I used the 12-hour time frame to long this puppy right there. I just said, hey, tweezer bottoms have been working for me. And I just got in there in middle through this candle with a stop there, and that took us up. And we were able to trade this leg pretty nicely. And we saw the dump, took this leg up, and then the chop has been tough here. This has been tough chop because we haven't had considerable moves up quick enough. How the models played out, I made $6,000 this week. I mean, it's crazy, right? It's weird, but on the live stream. And again, you made $6,000 alive, and that adds up. And look, see how that, I don't know, we'll get into all this later, but it just doesn't, something's not adding up, right? And there's the dump there, 89.8. I stayed short. And they finally collapsed the price below the 200 there. So no, I didn't take the long because, and that's why I love my system. If we made a flag of the 21 cross, see, a lot of people would have just like, oh. Now, what's cool about it, though, is you could have bought the cross of the 200 and then just sold the distance from the 21. All my students, and people that watch me, away from the 21-day moving average. That's when I'm out. I take profits there all the time. 89.7, and it's like shaking on Bookmap. Like that shake means there's just, it's heavily volatile. There's orders coming in and out, like picking apart the price, right? So, anyway, but look at this insane price action. That's a doozy right there. Anyway, we'll continue our top-down analysis here. So, like, I start assuming this 5-day chart's make it a bear flag. I think that's the best assumption, and that would make me the most money. If I'm wrong, I get stopped out for a little bit, we reverse, and I can start taking my models back up. If I'm right, I get paid on the short, so I just like the odds, and I don't have to be right, It can go either way. I just have a plan for what I'm looking at. The 3-day hanging on the 200 moving average is, to me, like a mystical last resort. Like, we may still be able to correct. As long as, once we close below that, you'll see me just go, oh, man, that's... Because what happens is it's how it works. You lose the 12-hour 200, you'll start to dump. You'll come to the daily 200 moving average, right? You'll dump. And then you'll fall to the 2-day 200 moving average. You see, like, you dump down here. And then the 3-day, which is somewhere down here, you'll come to the 3-day, which is right about there. And then eventually you'll fall to the 4-day, which is, and that will move up as you come down. Like, they'll clean. But you can see that might meet somewhere at about 80,000, 84K again. They're just, the good thing about this dip is we could possibly get a double bottom out of it. First time I'm seeing this, actually. I haven't even considered this just yet. There's a chance. Like, we gotta, there's a chance we're double bottoming here. I never considered this. It's the first time I've even seen it. My mind is just, I really believe I channel good energy here on the stream. And when you guys are here, and the more of you people show up and keep hitting that like button, the more people that hit that like button, the more that algorithm rips. And God, thank you so much for everyone that did hit that like button. I'm very grateful. I never want to be ungrateful for what I do have. Always be grateful for what you have, to receive more in abundance and be, and in content with what you, be like, wow. I mean, that fast move down tells me there could be a fast move up. Bitcoin fighting 89.7, fighting 89.8, just fighting for its life today. And I personally don't even like shorting Bitcoin. I like making money. I enjoy it. I guess. I don't know. I love the spiritual feeling here on Earth. I never want money to take away from that. You know what I'm saying? But there's from not even making money, business. Like when I was a kid, if I bought, let's just say, something in bulk and divvied it up and resold it, like, that was amazing for me. Whether it was Matchbox cars, something anything. Like, I just like that idea. You buy in bulk, you take on the big risk of holding a bunch of stuff at once, but then you get the reward back of being able to sell an individual product. I mean, that's the basis of our bigger economy, right? So, I don't know. It's kind of like the game of Monopoly, right? It's a game. For me, money is a game. So, Yeah, so this could be a double bottom. It's possible. You know what I mean? First time I considered it, keep it in your back pocket. I didn't even think about it till now. So take a look at the 2-day chart and see what we're seeing here on the 2-day. Pray for one of my daughters. She's sick and coughing. She's probably fine, but I didn't even want to say it one time. She was just a little sicker than we thought. So I just want to make sure she's okay. And you know, that's the thing, man. When my kids are sick, man, it's like, that's the most important thing on my mind. There's nothing else on my mind but that. 70,670 would be the target of like what to me looks like pretty much a bear flag with a shoulder, head, and right shoulder. I mean, that looks like a head and shoulder pattern. They could bounce it and make it tight, then that will change the story, right? So in 3 or 4 days, we'll see. Sometimes you can wait 3 days for confirmation. You know, the more I start trading the bigger time frames, the more I realize, you know, sometimes I watch the 1 minute and I wait for confirmation. I wait for, you know, I have to wait for the flag. My mind hit me the other day. I'm like, how come you never do that on the bigger time frames? I'm like, what do you mean? I'm like, well, you could wait for confirmation. Like, you could always have longer trades that you're looking at. And this tells me that you should, I mean, that's a head and shoulder pattern. Tells me that it's going to dump. You know, you're short the tweezer bottom and let that thing rip. Take it down to 70K or at least just down to this. You know, you never know. It's a 4-to-1 risk reward ratio. Again, I could see both ways. It's like, but the bull in me is like, no, they're going to short squeeze it. Everything's going to turn around. It's a supply shock. But you got to look at the charts, right? You're below the 200. One thing though, look, you flip it. Never seen it like so weird for so long. You see it? I can't explain it. But all I know is if I'm consistent and I keep pushing, I'm going to make it through this crazy time of trading, right? I mean, then I tell myself, you made gains on the live, so like, what are you worried about? I'm like, I know, it's weird. I forget that I did because the market seems so weird because there are instances. But I'm like, well, you take advantage of a model. You don't have to know everything about the price action, right? I mean, look, bear div, that's pointing down. That all looks bearish to me. Shoulder, head, right shoulder, at least come back for a double bottom there somewhere at 86,000. 8 hour looks like it wants to roll over. I don't know, tight moving averages though. But that's just, you know, ugly. And then the 4 hour rejection last night by the 200. But now it's attempting. So like, you know what I would do? If the 4 hour puts in a tweezer bottom, like I put one in there, but it's got to put another one in. It's got to close a green. If the 4 hour closes a green next to a red, I would long us back to the top of the channel. I'm getting smart now. I'm like, I'll wait for a bigger time frame confirmation. So if the 4 hour closes a green next to a red, I open up a long with a stop below here. Maybe like 400 for 1,200 bucks. You know, take $1,000 off the table in the next 24 hours. You know, something like that. And they might bounce it back. Then it's tight. Then I can figure something out later. So if I feel like I have to trade, I think that's the best trade for me personally. That's giving me the most reward and the most like clear as mind. Because the smallest time frames are just too much right now. They're insanity. 1 hour, the 2 hour, you know, the 2 hour lost the 200 moving average, which I, you know, to me is a bearish sign. And I actually want to be a stickler to this trend line. I mean, I guess you could use those wicks technically, but it's like, I felt like we started doing this and we're like outside that trend. I mean, that was a nice trend right there. It's kind of a bearish retest. So for me, I woke up this morning and I looked at the 1 hour time frame. And the first thing I saw before this crazy price action, we didn't have these two candles. And, you know, I looked at it and I just made a thing and then I flipped it upside down and I said, man, that looks just like a long. I take that all the time. You know, I say that's the model. I say, you know, the 21 touches above the 200, the flag pops. I said, dang, I don't see how that doesn't but dump on me. So I opened up the short with the stop above, you know, up in somewhere in here. So I don't see how this doesn't dump down to 87K, even if it's just, you know, a skip in the park here. So I had to short that, you see? So that's what I did. Then they almost got me there messing with the 1 minute to reverse the short. And the rejection there too, 5 minute rejection by the 200, that's got to, you know, 15's touching the 21 below the 200 moving average. It just looks like a bear flag to me. So, like, no matter what they're doing on these smaller time frames, I just got to remain true to my system. And my system tells me if the 21's touching and you're in a consolidation below the 200, that you should be shorting that. And if you're not, then you're going against the model that's made me all the money all the days that went up. So I can't, you know what I mean? So to me, and there we go. I mean, finally, some type of action here at 89,650. So I see a short. I do. You know, and these areas might be the first, 88K there. Maybe we just, but those are going to be the first levels. And then here, 86.8. And then, the measured move. Maybe I'm wrong and they stop hunting me out. It's okay. I'm not like, going 10 grand for 100 grand on the short. And as again, I might hit the short and then I could trade my model too. There might be chances to trade the model during the short, which is crazy, right? Okay, let me jump on into the chat. How we doing here? What about those likes, you DJs? It's free. Oh, wow. I just read it. I didn't realize what I was reading until I saw it. Been working my butt off to get more trading money. I can't wait to catch 21 cross to the 200. I love what you're saying. Crypto lifer, I'm so going to lose a lot of cash if we're not going up. I'm still grateful in my life. My family, my God, showing me for life and risk management. Thank you. My thing is everyone believes it has to go up. I mean, I just think you got to be ready for both scenarios. And everyone says don't put in what you're not willing to lose. Like there's got to be a nest egg. Sam, I'm very grateful to you and your stream. I passed through a brain stroke. Followed by an open heart surgery. Your prayers and daily stream kept me positive, man. We were worried about you. We were thinking about you. We were mentioning you. Just a moment of prayer for you, man. Hold on. Dear Lord, thank you for bringing Armin van Buren through. He passed through a brain stroke, followed by open heart surgery, bro. Your prayers and daily stream kept me positive. I can't believe you're able to type right now. We love you. We thank you so much for constantly being here. I am so sorry that you went through all that. May God keep his light on you and may you continue to fight, man. We love you, bro. Wow. The lifers, man. Someone said, Jelly going well. Yeah, I have your stream so many times. My inner voice has become your voice. I love it. I love it. Yeah. Even when I lose, I gain experience. I love it, man. There's no failure, only feedback. I say that every time. So we could be, there's still this creepy feeling. Are we going to just short squeeze all the way to the upside out of nowhere? You know what I mean? Are we just going to revert? They got me on pins and needles with Bitcoin recently, right? But, I trade the model. Look at that. I mean, it's now tweezer topping though. Off the 21. That's an entry. Near the 21, below the 200 is always, for me, a really good place to start. And we mentioned cat ears last night. If you were in my Discord last night, I saw what were called cat ears on the 15-minute before a dump. I then even called the short on the 5-minute time frame. It's insane, what you'll learn in the group. But right here, let me show you. So you're in the trading group. Right here, I show you that the 5-minute. Right here, let's this is, and I do it like a book. I don't just give you a thing and walk away. I'm like there all day. 5-minute descending triangle, target 89,387. Okay, so we're sitting up there at like 91.3. Looks like it's going to dump to 89,387. That's what I see happening, right? There's some good money to be made there. Stop loss above that wick, possibly. So that's at 8:49. 11 minutes later, it starts to dump pretty nicely. So it's perfect entry. No drawdown. Just starts to pay you immediately. I'm even thinking, hey, that might be a good sell, but there's the target. Takes a profit. Keeps going. There I am checking in. Now I'm saying, hey, I see price now back to 89,870 area, and that was at 818 that even earlier than that call, right? Saw the cat ears. That fell to the downside, right? 90% of the time on that 15-minute. And then this kept going. Now, at this point, the trade's been open, about an hour and 10? And then, bang, we hit the target at about an hour and 20 minutes later. At that point, I then eventually do a video update for you explaining what I see, and I say maybe it could continue to roll over in the 1 hour. Eventually, this popped though, and it did break the 200 moving average, which I was able to see. And I said, look for the model, and I fell asleep. Okay, I can only give you like every, and then I woke up this morning, and the first thing I see is the short. And now they've played with like 89.7, 89.6 a bunch of times now. The short's been in the money like a few times, but just for very little. And the volatility's been amazing, right? It's just been like good for the 1 second chart today, I guess. But I'm all set. So that's kind of how and that's kind of like a day in the in the Discord, right? A day in the life of the Discord. I'm with you the whole day, and you and me are together. I'm going over the charts with you. I'm constantly updating you. I'm constantly uplifting you. I'm doing everything I can to keep you positive, to push you, and to remind you how special this life is and how special every moment is. And that's my life. That's what I'm doing every day. All right, that's me. And I run a Discord, and I'm online, and I live stream for free every day. Again, the live stream does well, but I live stream for everyone here, and give free knowledge away like I've been doing since 2019 on the live on this channel. So shout out to everyone here. Thank you for 100,000. Can we get to 150,000? I would love it. And that's the next goal. 150, as if we had 0, back to 50,000 subscribers. We don't have. I don't want to downplay what we have, but to 150,000. So thank you for always being here. And if you want to join the Discord, go to cryptolifer.com. It'll serve you well. It's there for you. Invest in yourself. My products are there for you. I'm here for you. That's what I do. I could do something else. I don't have to. It's fun. It's stressful. Yeah, it really is. The Discord is hard work. It's not easy. I'm always on it. And the price action is insane. And it could be tiring. It could be up and down. And it's like Bitcoin never sleeps, man. And so we can't either. It's a constant work. So keep up the energy. My divine light found you a few years ago for this reason. May this energy continue to spread. God love you. Thank you, man. Thank you. So yeah, still a bit of a double bottom here on the 15-minute. Bitcoin trying to chug away and hold. So yeah, this is where we stand. Like, are we going to eventually double bottom back right up to 93.6, which is possible? If we get back inside this pattern or use this area, then we could say we're just consolidating yet again, and that was just a wick on the bigger time frame. So like I told you, I'll wait for the 4 hour to close, and if it does that, then I would long. Other than that, I just see I'm going to stay in the short. So like you see, I've got a plan. I've got a stop loss on the short. I've got an idea to long if we reverse. I know what to look for, and I know where to be. And again, I also know it's low volume, and maybe I just want to wait until like I see better, better volume. So make the call, Sammy. Tell it to pump. You've got to pump Bitcoin. It's time for you to pump. So yeah, I'm in a very boring short. We've been sideways for hours. I don't know what else to tell you. I am not a magician. I cannot strike my wand and make the price pump. All right, I can. Let me go get it out. Pump. Here it is. Here's my special mini black wand. Pump. And watch, it's just going to explode now. No. So there you have it. Price action in a bit of a nutshell. So I'm short. Whenever we're below a 200, touch of the 21 in consolidation, I'd be long the other way. I'd be short this way. I flipped it upside down on you. Cat ears there too, though, in a way. That looks like a good dump. It's so interesting. So that double bottom, lingers. So there you have it. Try harder, I know. Try harder, dude. Try harder. Boston style. I will be in the hospital another 4 weeks. Not fun. Shout out to Defund the Shorts. I'm so sorry to hear that. We love you. Thank you. And you're a member, man. We love you, bro. Thank you. Get the harmonica, Sammy. I know. Where is that thing? Somewhere around here. I thought I had it over here. My kids love that thing, though. They ended up taking it, I think. Whenever they hear me play it, they get really excited. I can understand. It's a fun tool. All right, let's take a look at some bigger picture stuff here. Midnight. Everyone's hyped about it, down 89%. Coin of the day. But, it has a use case. It's giving at least some hype. It has, people are excited. So it's a new generation of blockchain developed by Charles Hoskinson, the co-founder of Ethereum and the founder of Cardano. that uses zero-knowledge proof technology to offer utility while compromising data protection or ownership. It's pretty awesome if you think about it. Midnight introduces several core innovations aimed at enabling programmable privacy, regulatory compliance, and developer accessibility. It's built around a dual-component token system comprising Night, a utility token, and Dust, a shield, decaying non-transfer resource used to enable metadata shielded transactions. All right. My best Sam impression when he reads chat. My investment is going to be... Shout out to Mr. Blockton. I love you. No idea how to read that, but hey, I know I know you mean it in good spirits, right? Hospital season for some. Yeah, I'm sorry to... Yeah, I don't... That's not funny. I mean, sorry to hear people that are in the hospital, man. I hope... hey, this stream could get you through. If I had a stream like this, it might be pretty cool. So, Snack was trending yesterday, still down. Cardano Sapien. Look at this humidify. It's hot out here. I'm just... sorry. It's just really... I had to, right? I'm just, Humidify, Solana's largest decentralized exchange by volume. I don't... What? Processing 1 billion daily, capturing approximately 35% of spot trading account. Really? I've never heard of it. It's Solana's biggest exchange. Humidify, market cap 46 million. Please. Please. We'll take a look at it. Wet. That wet though. Up 79% today. Wet. And there's the bot. The bot is still doing its thing. It's crazy, right? After all this time. Why is this up there? Yeah. It's crazy. It's getting harder and harder to show the data. It's been in the trade for so long. Can we get it out? Can the bot get itself out? I believe it will in time. I have faith. Taking a long time though. So yeah, I'm still short for Bitcoin based on what I'm showing you. And I'm looking for 87,200 as the target once it gets through this double bottom. I got the short open on weeks. I love trading on weeks. It's easy, definable. How I would open the short, right? I go over here to the long tool. Or the short tool, actually. So sorry, because I'm shorting. I would see my entry. I would put my stop loss at that wick there. And I would go for, wherever you felt comfortable. All right, there's still a 3-to-1 at 86.9. All right, doesn't even have to be so gusty. Take profit is going to be the low this time because that's the short, right? 86.919. You see it, it's green. It matches the green here. It's the green there. Stop loss. In the end, don't do this. I'm just showing you how I use the charts, right? So I just want, I'm not telling you what to do. I want to make that clear. Now the stop loss is at 90,577. And then I would drag my risk bar to see how much in the trade. Long run is 329 for 1,000. That's pretty good short. So there you go. You lose $300, you make $1,000 on the day. And that's it. And it can go all the way. I mean, if I full ported, I'd go like, 3,000 for $9,000. And I could make $9,000 today. I would lose $3,000, right? So there you go. I'm a little sketched out by price action and the volume, but I have to say that the analysis says down. But the day we're in, and you also have to see the predicament of the day, like the volume, right? Has a little bit to do with what's happening on top of the analysis. That's part of the analysis. The environment is part of the analysis, right? Spread your love. All right, so 89,700 back at it again. We were just at 650. So, and again, let's go over what we talked about. The day after Fed Day, low volume. All right, expect price action to do quick spurts out of nowhere in small time frames and go sideways out of, I expected this. This makes sense what we saw today. As crazy as the volatility was, it makes sense. It's what you're looking for on the day after a Fed Day. All right, it's lower volume after, so we went over that idea. Okay, we talked about the fact that the bigger time frames need to close, like the 4-hour has to close at tweezer bottom, and maybe, just maybe, we can get some action. We're going to duplicate this right now. I'm just going to take a look at wet. I just want to see what it looks like. That wet. Let's take a look at wet. Oh yeah, it might be so early that it doesn't have its Mexi trade, It's on Gate. Wow, so it starts at 15 cents, rips all the way to 31, does the cat ears there, dumps down, kind of like Bitcoin. Isn't that interesting, right? Now, if the market was strong, you think this would be amazing, but it just, I don't know. Largest volume, how's that? I don't believe that, Anyway, but that's the claim. I don't know, almost looks like it's in a bear flag that could dump on you, right? Yeah, for me, it would have to get above a 200 moving average on at least the 1 minute or the 3 something. Anyway, I'll look at it another time. Not loving it. Let's take a look at JELLYJELLY, which people say is just on an absolute tear here, doing damage. And it is. I mean, JELLYJELLY up huge from 4 cents all the way to 8 cents. It's up 100% on the day. JELLYJELLY's kind of a sketchy coin, though. It could be like a small group that took a handle. You know what I mean? Anything could be happening with JELLYJELLY. I'd be very careful. Personally, I wouldn't, I don't think it's my cup of tea. But hey, for the degens out there, people that love it, and again, and maybe you even saw a good TA. I mean, it did make a 21 cross on the 15. Well, look at that. And again, if you keep trading, you're going to start doing, I didn't always use the 200s the way I do. I started, I'd say, 3.5 years ago, a little bit, and then got stronger and stronger. You'll eventually bite into something. Look at, there's the short really starting to pay off here now. Actually, no, at one point we were at 89, 182. I was already up on that short. And there's the volatility. You can see the shaking on Bookmap. Bookmap will show just it'll just feel like a rocking chair just getting tight. And look, we still have all this liquidity up here that's saying, hey. But there's tons down here. Honestly, I'm going to open Bookmap up for you and really let you see what I mean, look at that. There's a lot of red. There's a lot of red. And there's red at 87, 86, 85, 83, 80,000, and all the way down to 75,000. Even down to 71. Right down in here. So yeah, it doesn't look amazing there for BTC. I have to be clearly honest with you. As much as, I just gotta be. It is what it is. Okay? Made gains in the model you posted at midnight, even though it didn't hit the take profit. Grateful for your dedication. Can we get another Sam Price stream? Oh, wow. They're asking for the Sam Price stream. I love it, man. Well, we gotta get the everyone, you can go to, yeah. We should. Maybe today. Today is Thursday. Markets, we'll see what happens. Lately, it's just been I wanted to be on my P's and Q's the last few weeks with no distractions. All right. Oh, yeah. Yeah, you see we have this guy here. Funny. Called Sam Price the Lifer. This is where you're going to just learn a little bit more about me as the lifer, okay? At Sam Price the Lifer. I'll put it in the comment. We'd like to get to 500 subs if we can. It's me, so if you're subbed to this channel, sub to that channel. Just going to get some information that you may not have heard before. This one was very interesting, this last one, okay? Have some fun, deep dive, have a blast, right? You might be in a short, set the trade. You might be sitting there watching, and you want to be entertained by something different for a moment. Sign up to the channel, okay? Sam Price the Lifer, all right? And find out more today on that channel. 100K soon, bro. The Moon Boys, yeah, while they're bangs, tell a different story. No worries, I know you're a busy guy. God bless. Yeah. Shout out to Hopium Copium. So there we go. Can we hit this lower low, though, and take it out? Well, I did call bearish this morning for my trading group. It is bearish right now as we speak. I'm not a fan of being bearish, but I'm a fan of making money both ways. And so I'm going to teach you that you could do it both ways. I technically make more money usually long, but it doesn't mean we can't throw some cash in there on the short side, you know. Sam, where's your plunger in the bathroom? Actually, I don't even know. I haven't seen one in this house. I don't even know if we have one. If we do, it's like one or two somewhere. I don't even know. Yeah. Shout out to you, Lifer. Shout out to Hopium Copium. We love you, man. You've been here for a long time. Everyone say what up to Hopium Copium. He's got it. He's got the best screen name in the game. Funny. Shout out to everybody out there. Follow me at CryptoLifer33. I'd greatly appreciate it. Okay? Thank you so much for everything and everybody that supported me throughout my entire journey here online. I appreciate it so much. You've been amazing. You've been awesome. And I can't wait for the next 10 years to continue. Yeah. Any thoughts on RKLB? Let me take a look at that. I don't know what it is. RKLB. Rocket Lab Corporation. Wow, absolutely skyrocketing. So let's take a look. I think someone did ask me about it, right? Looks like I made a flag and said it would go to 79. Looks like it went all the way up to 73. I don't know when I think I did call it there. That'd be a nice trade. But then it came and kind of like did a dolphin dip, right? Took out all the longs. Made a double bottom. But definitely looks like I was doing some TA on this thing. Funny, look, it bounced where? The daily 200 moving average. You could pull a fib and probably get a pretty good fib there too. 618. So it bounces off the 618 Fibonacci and the 200 moving average. I mean, what a beautiful place to get in. The key is to zoom out and start using fibs on big time frames. That's like when you start to be free. It's funny, altcoins, I was learning that so good. Altcoins taught me so much. Now that they're as dormant, like I don't learn, you know what I'm saying? You can learn so much trading altcoins because they kind of go through the successions as, you know. Wow, so this thing's just been on an absolute tear if you look at it on the daily time frame. Absolute beautiful. And now, yeah, now to me, it's like catch up to the 21 on the 4 hour. It may continue to roll. I like the safe bet. So like I would just look for it to do something safe. Come back down near the 21, but I feel like the 21 has to come back into place. Wow, this thing is on a beautiful tear. And at least back to the all-time high at 74, and then from there, who knows? Thank you, that's interesting. Yeah. Bitcoin can go to 40K, possibly, yes. Anything is possible. I think it's important that you think you're open-minded to that idea. Anything is possible for BTC. Yes. Yeah. And there's the drop down to 89.4 now. If you took the short, you're in the money. Even the late one there at 89.7. We were in there, as you can see, at about 90,000, 89,978 or something. And I told my students that it was the smartest idea. The system told me I had to short because we're below the 200 on the 21. I don't use my emotions. I don't do what I feel is right or wrong. If I did, I love Bitcoin. I'd be longing it or waiting for the bottom or doing all these weird things, you know, but I'm counter trading myself right now. Like that my inner feelings are like, oh man, you're shorting Bitcoin? It almost feels surreal when I short. I know I'm a trader, and in my mind says you're a trader, you're not a lover. You got to stay on what it is what it is. Right? So could possibly make a couple grand if this goes well. 2,000, right? And we can have a nice little day for ourselves. Make 8 grand this week. And ride off into the sunset, baby. I'll take 8 grand a week. You guys saw me sell 5 racks on Tuesday, 1 rack on yesterday 800. Yeah. Plus 600 on meme coin. Whoa. It's okay, Woody. You'll be all right. Please don't swear, though. We got kids on the stream. No profanity if you can. But no worries, man. No worries. Can you remove one comment without a bunch of comments? You know what I mean? I don't want to remove the person. I just want to remove the comment, but you know what I mean? I don't know how. Maybe one of my moderators could do it if they're out there. Is anybody out there made gains of the model? Thank you for saying that. So let me jump on into the super chats and see what people are saying here today as well on the super chats. Fan Funny, did you work out today? Did you get yourself sweaty? Push yourself. If you didn't, I'd push you to do so. Make sure your heart's racing. Make sure you're doing something for that body. Make sure you're feeling it. My best Sam impression when he reads the chat. Hey Sam, I sent Smith on X a couple days ago. I appreciate the knowledge every single day. Much love. I sent SMTH. Made gains of the model you posted. Thank you, Ty Wolves. Shout out to, or let's see exactly, TV Wolves. TV Wolves. Right? TV Wolves. Mios Ziaraki. Oh yeah. Mios Zezaraki. Yeah, US 30, he says. Interesting. And look, shoulder, head, right shoulder on the flag to the upside. Looks like it could get busy. Interesting. Very interesting. Now, one thing about, and I just want to look at the DXY to offset this idea. Let's take a look at the DXY. DXY, look, we saw this in the bear flag, and we was like, that could help Bitcoin. Funny, I call this in the macro analysis video. See that? Unbelievable. And again, it's the same sauce that I teach all the time. It's the 21 touching above the 200. It's just crazy. Like, what else do you need to know? If everything does this every time, then what else do you need to know? Right? See what I'm saying? I'm just like, I have shown you this on every single asset in the world, no matter what it is, even on indexes, ETFs. Like, if the thing can be graphed, it will do this. This is what we're doing this morning. We're doing the same thing. And it's funny, Bitcoin and the dollar dumping together. They tend to be correlated recently and not uncorrelated, as if they're like the dollar's a risky asset. So the dollar's risky now. People feel risky to hold the dollar. I thought it was all about the T-bills, you know. Remember, we used to look at this called the show here every day as well. And let's just see what's going on, there's a lot of, like 250%. And again, these are tiny little coins. BCB, P-Stake, nothing too crazy. XCN had a crazy spike. Karate, like Karate Combat, that thing's been drained since day one, really. Funny, this ace is in some type of bullish. See, like, you'll just see a coin for some reason. It doesn't look like everything else. I don't know what's going on with it. I don't own any. It doesn't matter to me, but it's just something that I notice. And I'm like, huh. So what I do is I look for anomalies in the market that match my pattern recognition. Right? And I found what works, and I just go after it over and over again. It is a tiring process. It's a lot of discipline, and it can be somewhat boring over time. But it's the same thing over and over again. It doesn't get boring when you pay yourself. It doesn't get boring when the money flows in. It doesn't get boring when you see those candles fly. You know what I mean? But doing the same thing every day, right? Being consistent. You know, I love this. Like eating one donut. Does that make you fat? No. Eating multiple donuts over a course of a couple months, 3, 4, 5 months, and constantly doing it will make you, right? You'll start to gain weight. So like reading one page won't make you smart. But reading a book every one page a day will add up to about 300 books a year, right? Am I right? I think maybe 3 or 4 books a year, at least. You know, not 300, sorry, but 3 to 4 books a year, right? Yeah. So the idea is if you read one page a day. So what people say, well, I want to start reading. I want to change my life. Okay. I want to get more information. I want to become smarter. How do you change who you are? Well, you put more information in your brain and you use that information to gain market value, right? People say, I want a raise. Well, why should your boss give you a raise if you're not worth more than you were yesterday? You're going to have to prove to your boss why you deserve a raise by how much value you bring to the company. Do you bring more value to the company than you did the year before? Well, prove it with a well-positioned, I don't know, sell yourself. I don't know if you have it, you have some numbers behind what you did. Are you training people? I had a job. New people used to come in and out. I used to have to show them a bunch of stuff. And then they didn't give me a raise. And I said, I'm training your staff all the time. I said, I deserve a raise. I said, half the day I'm helping other people that, they don't know anything. And I'm giving them all the knowledge. Like, what are you talking about? Like, I'm helping you run a company at a high level. I'm training all your people and you don't want to give me a raise? It's crazy, right? You got to fight for your right, every single time. I'm not saying to trade this, but it is a double bottom. It's interesting. It's above the 200 on the 21. It's the opposite of the DXY. We'll find the DXY tanks with BTC. And then Bitcoin finds some type of stable. Look, it just keeps fighting here. I just stay short, waiting for the bigger payday. And I'm ready to, and I don't have to risk a lot. That's what I love about my strategy. I position myself in places where the risk is less, but the reward is high. And I just take those over and over again. That's it. It's very simple. If your strategy can't be described in a few sentences, if you can't do it efficiently, pretty simply, then it's probably going to be too complicated to pull off over time. If every single thing you do is like 5, yes, I look at price action. I look for tons of probability because I'm trying to fine tune the perfect entry. So what people don't realize is my anal analysis, or my crazy, highly detailed analysis, is simply just because I'm mathematically insane, and I'm attempting to try to find the actual bottom. Right? Look at this. This thing soils up huge today. It's interesting. Happy, which I keep. It's funny. That was an old coin. Remember Suka? This thing had some, had a little bit of a buzz to it. Price action looks strange. Remember Chills? Just funny, man. CHZ, and it was like NFTs, football, like, European. I was like, real football, soccer. Did he say soccer? How dare he? Why do we have our own form of football? Why couldn't we have called it something different? Those bugs me out. Why did we have to? And everyone's like, well, we called it football first. Maybe I'd like to find that out. Like, why we call it football? Like, we couldn't have made some name like rugby. It had to be the same name that everyone, and they kick it with the ball in their foot. Football, you only just kick it a couple times with your foot. Like, it starts, I guess the game starts with you kicking it with your foot. Is that why it's called football? Why the heck is it called football? What do you think about the Russell 2000 hitting the all-time high? I mean, it's an interesting time to be alive, I'll tell you that, right? I think it's, people understand that cash and gold are, that gold, like cash is falling off, man. You do not want to be in cash. Like, look at this. Anything you just bought, whether you bought, let's just say you bought a Lamborghini, let's say you bought a home, let's say you bought a Rolex watch, anything that holds somewhat key value, right? And then you take a look at the DXY today, and you see the tanking, you're up on that purchase, right? I'm just, you're up on that purchase. The dollar, and that's a nice dump from 98 all the way back down to 99, 98, and losing that 100. And I see it headed even lower to 97.4. That's the target of this bear flag. But the point is, yes, you're up in value, and again, if the dollar continues to go down, then anything that's scarce, whether it's art, and look, you can even see a head and shoulder there, right? They're not always lateral, and that's So there you go. Amazing times to be alive. Look at this short. Just like, you got to put tons of money in here. It's a $15,000 trade. It's not huge. $750 though at 20x lev, right? Nothing huge. It's it's a light hors d'oeuvre. Can't test a call. Please don't worry about the pronunciation. It's a Caesar cipher of Morpheus. Interesting. Thank you. I don't even know what that means, but okay. I'll go with it. Let's take a look at Tesla. I would look, to me, Tesla, if it's doing what it should pull back, right? Back to the bottom of the channel. So what I see is the ascending triangle staying strong. They're continuing to print money. The dollar dropping. Anything of value continues to go up. They're putting AI robots out and going to Mars, space, boring. I mean, you name it. He's connected to so much. Twitter, like X.com, just. But I do see, something like this. So I would expect a pullback here for a little bit. The 409 entry is beautiful, and I believe there could be an add to the trade there if it comes back to 415, 418 area. So yeah, and it says it's going higher. My call's to $800 somewhere by May. I mean, if they continue to produce value and the dollar keeps dropping, Show me how Tesla doesn't continue to pump, logically and on the charts. Let's take a look at my baby IREN. If I was going to buy anything anywhere, it would be IREN. Last time I was looking at it here, wanted to see what it did. Did it struggle? It did a little bit. It had such a run up though. Seriously, the time to get in IREN was here. I met these guys. So crazy. At, I believe, Bitcoin Nashville, which was July of 2024, if I'm correct. And yeah, and they gave me a hat and a t-shirt, and we talked. And IREN. Next thing you know, I'm wearing the hat, looking at it, and then my mom's name was Irene, too. It always kind of hit me. I look kind of head and shouldery. IREN may have a bit of a deeper pullback, possibly. Let's take a look at it on the bigger time frame. Weekly came back to the 21. That's an interesting place to kind of begin to take a nibble. Very overbought on the RSI, though. Looks like it might need to really come on down there. Monthly's a little beat up. Maybe the 2-week chart of I'd say the 2-week of the 21 have to kind of hang out. So I like IREN, but I'm looking at it to come somewhere back to 31. Beautiful company. Just got run up, right? I mean, what a move. You're talking $5 all the way to $76. I mean, that's an epic move. 12x, 615x, something crazy. So let me jump back into the chat. How's everybody doing in this chat on this crazy day? And where's Bitcoin back at now? Back at 89.5. So 10%, you can't beat that. Making $80 off, making 75 off $750 is a beautiful blessing, in my humble opinion. Like 10% is 10%. Interesting, yeah. Getting the USDC rewards, let's go. Yes, and remember the auto earn here as well on weeks on your tether. You have auto earn, so remember that too. You're just always, there's ways to achieve some type of yield in crypto. It's not always about trading. It could be yield. It could be, it could be stablecoin yields. Hey, $5, $6, $7 a day adds up over time. Someone says took a beautiful, yeah. And ETH is a great thing to short. If you see Bitcoin's going to dump, ETH's a great thing to short. XRP likes to dump with Bitcoin. All the Chainlink usually, but Chainlink's been a little stronger. So you want to look for things that don't have a narrative right now, no story. They'll just follow Bitcoin. Bitcoin Cash has been the strongest chart I've been seeing for a while, but even then it probably will, but look, it's been so solid. It looks kind of like a Tesla call. Bitcoin Cash and Tesla both look interesting. I wonder if they're going to come out. What if they come out with some type of thing? Isn't that interesting? What are the chart, but they both are in a very similar chart, shoulder, head, shoulder. I like the tightness. It says Bitcoin Cash is 1,200 by August of 2026. So it says there's going to be some alt season, but it looks like it doesn't start till March. It's weird. So that's kind of what I see happening. All right. Please subscribe to the channel. Hit the subscribe button, everybody. So many people watching. Let's get that subscribe button blasted to the upside. I would greatly appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay, so now I want to kind of look, is there anything up today that's like doing something different, an anomaly of types? MyX, remember MyX holding $3. It was beat up down. Zcash still at 444, up 23% in 7 days. Hey, brother, just dropped in to say I love you. You the man. God bless you too, man. Thank you for everything. Tesla, Pax G, IREN, Big Get Token, Ripple, Tether. Yeah, it's still like, heavy stable coins at the top. Remember Canton had a little bit of a move. Just, BNB 860. That's the strong, Aster holding 92. Solana back at 130. If Bitcoin takes that, bear market tumble, you're going to see these prices 80, 70, 40, $50 Solana. Like, all these coins go back to 6 cents, 2-3 cents. And, I'm not trying to, I'm just being honest with everybody. So I think what I did was smart. I bailed out of a lot of altcoins at the right time, stashed a bunch of Tether, and now I can just wait to deploy that if the altcoins go to absolute fire sales. And then I kept enough altcoins that if we rebound, I have enough to actually rejoice and make some serious money. I still have a bit, you know what I mean? But I don't have to be all in anymore. I can just be kind of like, yeah. And it gave me a peace of mind. And now I can watch them go up and down and just kind of, I'm not as emotionally attached. So, very important. 89,478. There's a chance we could still bounce here. What you're looking for, though, now is the 1 minute's got to get back above the 200 moving average. This has to cup and handle some way, which it could. Cup with a handle there, come right back to that 200. Yeah, just, kind of practice your, do you like fries with that? You can practice that, and you'll get better at it. You'll get better at it. Yeah. I like to be a manager at McDonald's. That's the boss life. I know, right? I want the big headset on with the hat. I want to be like, hey, you over there. Obviously, you wouldn't have a Lamborghini hat on if you worked at McDonald's, but that's my only hat that looks like a McDonald's hat, I guess. So look, let's take a look at this. You get the hat when you buy the car. Oh. I mean, that could be a nice cup and handle right there, back to the upside. See, I'm on a heavy volatile day, and look, I'm not sweating it, because what if I had thousands of dollars and I'd be like freaking out right now. You know what I'm saying? I can't handle that, man. I don't need that. Then I'd be a grouch. I'd be like, hey, I don't need the high blood pressure. Just gotta stay on what I'm doing. Stay focused. I love this 21 curving. That's a good sign that we could get the bounce. Sammy, cup and handy. What is a cup and handle? Well, it's a cup with a handle on it. It looks like a little cup and a handle. See that? A cup and handle. They call me Sammy Cup and Handy because I cup the handle. Because this thing pumps all the way up to about 90,000 many times. And I've done it many times on the channel. This is what we used to do reverse. I used to play up to the 200. I used to play in muddy waters. I eventually started just trading above the 200 with a 21. I changed my style. But I used to be down here looking for the bottom. I learned it was just too volatile for me. I learned it could be done. I'm actually somewhat successful at that. But it's less stressful and cleaner up here. So I just, you know what I mean? Just found something I thought was better. Hey Sam, this is a real question. I see you use hidden bullish divergence a ton, but I almost never see you use hidden bearish divergence. Would the 12-hour Bitcoin count as hidden bearish? Of course, yeah, I really use it. I just don't like it. I'm like I'm a perma bear, a perma bull. No, I'm more bull bias. But yes, you'll find it and see it. It's just subtler. It's harder to see for me personally. But yeah, you're spot on. That's a great observation. I'm not perfect. Isn't that interesting? I don't do everything perfectly. I do most things perfectly, but not everything. We gotta call you Sammy Brady, the way you throw blitz on these plays. You're funny, man. Shout out to Sam Brady, Samborghini over here, Sambo. They call me Sambo. Sammy the Bull. Sammy the Bull Crypto. So I'm still short for Bitcoin, and it looks like it's a decent decision. If I actually really look at it now, kind of looks like a big boy descending, right? That descending triangle. Flip it upside down, it has that ascending. Yeah, there it is. Now we're vibing. Now I get it. Now I see what they're doing. It just took me a second to figure it out. See, you just got to bear with. You got to let me work. Got to let me work it. Once I work it, I can see it. Welcome to the gulag. And anything could happen. They could rip this puppy all the way to the upside in 2 seconds. Short squeeze this all the way up and stop me out in the next 2 minutes. They could dump. You know what I mean? You have to be open-minded. The trading isn't. Nothing's guaranteed. You're on unstable ground. You're just taking probabilities. Walking on mines, just looking like you won't hit them. It's crazy, right? But that's trading life. Follow me at x.com. I appreciate it. On our way to 50,000 followers. I greatly appreciate that. And we've been growing. Thank you so much. Sharing a bunch of fun stuff. This is an interesting video in the, just kind of breaking down how a lot of people are going to listen to the stuff that they hear. But listening to the charts is really what we need to be doing. But anyway, most people won't hear that, right? Because they have to listen to me first. That's funny. They don't want to do that. So I identified some key trades that look good to me. Like I still like Bitcoin Cash. I got an alert. We've been watching it as a whole for a long time. All right. By the time the rules were in place in the 1870s, the name football was already established in America for this hybrid game, so they kept it even though it wasn't primarily kicked. Interesting. You're on point again, Sam. Shout out Honda Man. Thank you. I'm doing the best I can to see the market. These actually, the thing about ascending triangles, though, that truly is they're bilateral patterns. They're not made to dump or pump. They could go either way. In the trend, they tend to follow. Like, so you would say, well, the trend's kind of into it, it would go up into it. But if this thing dumped right back down, you'd have to be, okay, it is a 50-50 pattern. It can go either way. This is upside down, so I just want to let you understand that. Sam, can you please take a look at PENGU, please? For sure, why not? I mean, what else? Let's take a look at PENGU on Binance. Dude, what has the most? There's a MEXC perpetual as well. Wow, so PENGU had a huge move. People really were like, I'm going to start buying so much of this PENGU. It's going to be big one day. I remember some dude saying that on like, well, I don't know. A lot of people followed these people that were like, see, I'm a realist now. I'm a trader now. I'm done with that like, but you know, when I started, I was a young speculative alt guy with my eyes wide open of 100 X's and dreams of sugar plum fairies, right? But like now I know I got to do the work. Like I got to learn and consistently grow a portfolio, and I can make millions if I grind. You know what I'm saying? Like it's a real move, but it will take me a few years. It's going to be not overnight, and it's not going to happen like, and it's going to be some true grit. There's going to be some pain. There's going to be ups and downs, but I can do it. I can trade my way to it. I don't have to 100x. I don't have to wait to get saved by some lottery ticket. I can make it happen myself. You know what I'm saying? Like now I already did it in other ways. I did it through, long-term investing, DCAing, and in other certain types of swings. That changed my life. But now I'm here and, I made my decisions long-term. I'm very happy with them. And now I just want to like expand my life in other ways. You know what I'm saying? Like if life was all about money, then you would just stop at a net worth when you were hit. But like if that was all it was, then what would you be doing with your life? So you can see how this is following Bitcoin exactly. It's in that day, everything is. And to me, look, I mean, that's breaking down. Like to me, that's breaking down. And I don't know what to say, but it looks like it could continue to dump. Yeah, it doesn't look bullish to me. 777's flashing. I love watching you in the morning, Sam. God bless you, and thanks for you being who you are. We appreciate you. Thank you. It's very nice of you to say. That's like a super nice thing to say to somebody. You kidding me? I appreciate who you are. Thanks for being you, man. I'm going to say that to my wife today because it felt so good to hear from you, man. Thank you. Someone said, look at PIPPIN. So on Pionex, there it is on MEXC. Wow, PIPPIN ripping. That's crazy. So like not everything is down. Isn't that interesting? Like PIPPIN went on a tear. So like there's money to be made in this market. That's so interesting. A little too far away from that daily. And look at the up and down price action though. It was pretty gnarly. Almost don't know if I'd want to be a part of that. You know what I would do now is just kind of like do one of these. If in like 2 weeks from now or a week and a half or something, it's still someone to fly, I'd trade it. If not, like don't put too much stress on it. Just say like, hey, fall into an easy channel and I'll take you. But if not, I'm leaving you alone. Hey, Sammy, shout out to RUSSEL. Is that right? Am I saying that right? Oh, no, Irish. Yeah, no, RUSSEL. Yeah. Or Rish Ahmad. Someone says BTC pump. Let's take a look. Oh no. It did look 89.7. It pumped out the cup and handle. This is why they call him Sammy Copenhagen. Like Sammy Copenhagen. Sammy Copenhagen. Sammy Copenhagen. Boom, boom, boom. Boom, 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 boom. I mean, that's what's supposed to happen out that cup and handle. Again, we're in small time frames. Be easy, be greasy. Look at this. I've been in this short's done nothing all day. Crazy, right? Just watching it kind of dance around, hang around, do what it do, baby. Yes, thank you, Sam. That's what I thought. Also, it's better to short PENGU than Bitcoin if you're not rich. Hey, FARTCOIN is holding strong, somebody says. Interesting. I'm going to take a look at ETH BTC. We're going to do a top-down analysis. I like this buy area for IREN. I like to reserve myself a seat at the $30 table. It would be amazing. And be able to catch this puppy on the next money print and get a nice 3x to 96. Let's take a look at Mara real quick. Just while I'm here. Wow, back to 10. Mara, this thing is just the most I held it for 2 years. It did 4x 3 times. So hey, it did great. But man, what an unperforming asset. You're one of the very few who don't cuss. That's why I like you. You can't cuss when you have 3 daughters that may watch your stream. You know what I mean? Like so my daughter's gonna watch me cuss. I have 3 daughters, man. I can't do that. So once you have kids, man, things change. I'm not saying it never slips out. I'm not saying I'm perfect, bro. You know, might be with the buddies here and there, and I might, but for the most part, I do my best to attempt not to use profanity because it also is a lack of frequency, right? I don't need it. I don't have to cuss to get my point across. Agreed? I help so many people with their lives every single day. We do not cuss on this channel. We don't have to. You don't have, Some say, oh, but sometimes I see someone cuss and I connect, and I'm like, damn, I wish I could swear so I could connect better with the regular, but it's like. A lot of people too, you have to understand, here's another reason why I don't cuss. When I started my stream, I didn't know who I was connecting to, what was happening. Like, I didn't know all of you. I didn't know who everyone was. I hadn't met you guys. But I started meeting the people on the stream in real life. Like, they would meet me at the airport. Like, seriously. They'd tell me their name. We'd background check them if we had to. We'd look up who they were. And then, they'd pick me up from the airport. They'd become my friends and family. Everyone I know now is a lifer. A lot of people were lifers that are a part of my community that have stuck with me and have become family and friends. It's very interesting. That's how you also know I run a great business. People that have been in my trading group become my friends. They're not like, oh, that guy ripped me off. He just wanted to get my 99 and disappear. Like, no, I run a school. You're part of my school. And again, some people get bashful when they're not in the school anymore. And they meet me and they're like, oh, I'm not a lifer anymore. It's okay. You had to be a lifer for the rest of your life? I had to own, you know what I mean? You had to pay 99 for 50 years to know me? No, come on. I appreciate if you were ever a lifer. You know what I mean? Whether it was for a month or a year, 5 years or 5 days, man. I'd like it not to be 5 days, but And you people really changed my life. It was each and every one of you that showed so much love and support. And so one day I was talking to a guy, I got emails too, and he said, me and my son, my younger son, he said he watched you. I started watching you, and now me and him connect, and now we watch you together. He said, I got my dad to watch you, and I hadn't talked to my dad in a long time. He said, my dad reconnected over your stream. He's like, now you have 3 generations watching you. And when I hit that and I realized I don't use profanity, I was super excited about where my stream can go and how many people I can help. I said, wow, this is what I was meant to do with my life. You know what I mean? I used to be in bar rooms, drinking, swearing like the rest of them. Now I'm on a live stream, suited up, talking clean, being nice, and causing positive energy around the world. I think, like, what else could I be doing with my life? And I get so much feedback from it. So many people write me stories and write me emails. And man, I can't tell you, I never knew someone was going to tell me they reconnected with their father and their son and him connect. I brought a whole family, a 3 generation of men together because of my stream. Like, this is a true story. Like, it seems unlikely. It's a real story. It's so crazy. So fascinating, man. Fascinating, right? Someone said BTC Sammy. Yeah, it's ripping. It's back above the 200. And now we're back to break even. It's awesome. I mean, the volatility is great. Look at this. So insane. It's like bananas. I like it. Now we're back to the model. So look, now I delete it. I look at now, okay. Now we do the same thing we just did. Can the 21 connect? If the 21 comes in, I'll close my short and I'll long it. I'm almost like not even wanting to be in the trade anymore. It's so, you ever been disinterested by volatility? You're just like, I come back tomorrow when the market's not so wacky. When I become a successful trader, I will like to return the favor for all the knowledge you have taught me in trading and in myself. Hey, all you have to do is be a good person to the rest of the world. That's how you return the favor, man. I love your channel. It's better than my paid coaching, which I lose 100% live trade they take with us. See? Paid coaching, and it doesn't work, right? I give it for free because I've learned that, you know, and I could coach people, but then I wouldn't be able to change as many people's lives at once, right? Jim Rohn changed my life. I didn't have to pay him for paid coaching. He was dead. I listened to him every single day. His lessons and what he learned were so powerful, and I could hear them through his voice. I knew they were true. He spoke to me in ways that no one else could, and he got to my heart and my soul, and he told me, do you want to be basically forgotten loser in so many words, or do you want to be an amazing winner who everyone remembers and who everyone loves? It's up to you, man. He said, you can choose your destiny, Sam, and your destiny is going to be whatever you decide it is. If you choose mediocrity, you'll live in a mediocre world. If you choose success and abundance, you'll live in abundance. It's up to you. What world do you want to live in? You don't have to live stream every day of the week, but do you want to have a discipline that really pushes you, or do you want to have something that just gets there? So I live stream every day because I have a serious discipline that I'm in love with. I also don't want to fall off. You know, Jim Rohn talks about it. It's kind of crazy, but I listened to him, and a couple of his, you know, the last few weeks, he said, you know, take a day off. Nothing really happens. It's just a day. Not a big deal. Take 2 days off. All right. But on the third day, the comfort level starts to set in. The third day, it's that much harder to get back to your routine. And this is what, like, working out. Like, I have a hardcore workout routine. If I take a couple days off, man, it gets really hard to get back in. So I can't stop my workout routines. You know what I mean? Unless I'm really injured and I feel like there's a little bit of break I need to take. But besides that, no. Guys, I'm down $7. I can't eat this week. I'm really freaking out. They simply liquidate them and continue down. Too many people go short now at the same time. Too easy for the market. Yeah, exactly. My dad died on my 18th birthday. I had to grow up and be the man of the house. See? That changed you as a person. You'll forever be more grateful for certain things that someone else will take for granted. Period. Even for me, I had a dad for a long time. You had to make it happen. You might have been cooking breakfast for your brothers and sisters. Maybe you had to babysit while your mom was working late. Who knows what you went through? Some people had that and an abusive mother. Or a mother was on, you know, I'm not saying that was you, but and on top of their dad dying, then it got worse. Or they went to a grandparents or an uncle that was, or a stepfather. Look at that. The cup and handle did play out. The 89.6 bounced to 90,100. The volatility today has been so funny. We've been here twice now. Somehow I don't know how I almost got stopped out there. I didn't even realize it. Got very close. And the model looks like it may start to play out sooner than later. I just need the 21 to cross, and we need to make a flag. If we can do that, I'm out the short so fast. And we can figure it out from there. Jim Rohn got me out of depression in 2016. I have all his books and tapes. I was sad I didn't know of him when he was alive, but his impact on people continues to this day, man. He got me out of my depression too, man. I was in such a weird spot when I was like 28, 29 years old, 30. Just 13 years ago, man, he really changed the way I thought. He got me going. I listened to him this morning for 30 minutes during my workout. What I do is I know my workouts now. I don't need to hear them. And I listen to Jim Rohn while I work out. What a great double whammy. So while I've got the heart running, I got everything pumping, I'm also getting the mental stimulation to push myself harder, to tell myself that I can't give up. I always have to have another plan, another move, another dream, another ass. I can't sit back and get comfortable. Second I get comfortable, this whole thing could disappear, man. You're only as good as your last day. Your last day's successes don't pay the bills today. We gotta keep going. There's nothing left but us. We gotta move, baby. We can't rely on yesterday's wins to pay the bills today. I mean, maybe a couple times. There's some residuals there, but at the end of the day, it dries up if we don't keep going. We got to recreate. We got to push. We got to innovate. All the time. Every day. Got to be on it. Got to be on it. I do the same, but work out while listening to you. Legend. Dude, now I feel blessed, man. You just made me feel like a boss. Thank you. Amen. Adam and Eve on the 1 minute forming. Yeah, I see what you're saying. I like that catch, man. This guy's on point. The Adam and Eve, he just called it out. Starting to kind of hold us. Be great if we got a massive short squeeze today. I said to my group, we either get a massive dump or some type of crazy short squeeze. Let's see if we can stay above the 200 this time and flag out. Come on. My system is so stone cold. If this is what we do, it's more likely it's like a visualization of what's going to happen and how to play it. Look at AU and the AU. They're going crazy. You convinced me after 50x times. I'll give Jim Rohn a go. Amen. Oh, yeah. I still got silver on Kinesis. I forgot about that, man. Remember when I told everyone I was going to start stacking silver? I had a feeling it was going to rip. Remember when I started saying that? Another one of my crazy premonitions plays out to a T. Insanity. I forget about some of the calls. They're so crazy. Like, oh, yeah. Remember that day I called Tesla at 409? Oh, yeah. Just tossed. Remember when I called the S&P at the bottom on November 21st? Just nonchalantly went in on the bottom. Remember when? So remember when I told you we got into gold and Tesla, right? And they're going to be long-term trades. The gold trade has been up and down a bit. I think it was down 500 a couple times. It was up 500, down 200. Now it's back up 360 bucks. Gold ripping. The dollar dipping. And risk on assets are going to start taking it. I mean, how do you don't see gold and Bitcoin starting to pump together? I see Tesla making the right shoulder there. You see this? Just see it. I might even get a little tighter in there, but it's only a matter of time. Tessie. Oh, Tessie, she going up there, Tessie. And then we take a look at our gold trade. The same thing with gold here. And again, these are long-term trades. We're going to take a look. We sit there, we take 20 grand out. All right. I just log. Oh yeah, I gotta log in. I thought I just did that over here. Anyway, I got a bunch of exchanges open, but I like BTCC. That's where I'm trading Tesla. That's where I'm trading. Look, we found this coin, flying ketamine horse. It did go from a very small amount. We found it down here, and it has ripped since then. And I even saw this flag, and I said, hey, you never know. And it did rip. Oh my gosh, this thing is up huge. We found it at 1.4 mil. It's at 6.2. Again, I don't even like it. I think it's too risky, all this stuff, but hey, there you go. Someone gave it to us, FKH, back in here on the stream on November 28th. It did rip. So it is what it is. Hey, whatever you want, you know. I just say, PIPPIN, one of the nicest performing coins in the game. I can't believe that ripped too. So someone knows something. It seems like we're getting some type of a strange reversal. So look, right back down below the 200 moving average. Every time we're not getting the models. We're not getting the planitos. This could be it too, though. It could be, I just got to stay open-minded, keep working it, keep looking for consolidation. We don't get it, we don't move. Look at that back up in the trade. This is the most volatile. Look at this, the live stream. We haven't seen one like this in a while where like the entire live stream, the trade really was either green or red, just sitting most closely to zero almost. Right? Remember when I bought that $1,000 kilo of silver too? I'll bring it on the live next time we're live, right? Everyone loves that thing. I use it as a bar of silver. It got thousands of views for some reason. It's so funny. Hey. Can we get the bounce here? I don't know, man. It doesn't. And that looks like a shoulder head right. Every time we get above the 200, you can see fake out, fake out. That's why you do not trade until the 21 crosses and makes the flag. I've learned this the hard way. Now, yeah, you could have taken the spikes on the crossings, but you had to be too quick. By that time, execution, shaky hands, So the cup and handle played out. Interesting, right? And it does look like somewhat of an Adam and Eve, but it's not perfect. Someone says diamond on the 1 minute. She's the diamond. I can see how it looks like a diamond. I think you're looking at this kind of like, yeah, kind of a diamond. Hey, Sammy, can you take XCL and give your thoughts? Yeah, why not? Thank you. Let's take a look at XCL USDT here. Xceller. I mean, right off the bat, I see an Adam and Eve, right? Like, just right off the bat, I see what it looks like in Adam and Eve. Lately, they've been making these little weird flags at the side. I don't know why. It's just what I've been watching. Interesting. It's weird how some patterns have slightly changed over the years to do different things, but then I see the repetitive nature of it over and over again. It's pretty mind-boggling. Daily doesn't have as much information as I would like. Could be closing a tweezer top on the daily. You want to watch that. 4 hour got rejected by the 200. 1 hour's above the 200. 50 minutes toying around. I'd use the 1 hour. I think that's the time frame that has the most solid information and then the most, like, you know, the best standing. So, you know, it looks like it's going to dump back to the 200 in my opinion on the 4 and then like find its way again. Otherwise it's going to bounce. So like, if Bitcoin dumps, it dumps. If Bitcoin pumps, it bumps. You're sitting on Bitcoin, man. Almost on everything. JASMY, baby. JASMY. What an underperformer. What a coin that had the lore of lores, but really just couldn't come through and, you know, it talked the talk. It couldn't walk the walk, right? I mean, we speculated on JASMY, if you remember, back in what? Somewhere in October of 2023, December, we got in. Hey, we made some gains, right? We got in at under a penny and it went to 5. It did a 5x. Not what everyone, you know, we thought I'd do better than that. Came back down, slowly bleeded, lost. It's just been in a bleed ever since. Speculative coin. I don't know if it ever really will do anything that it said, and it has, you know, everyone believing in it at one point. So someone might be really pissed right now. I'm on the JASMY team. JASMY's amazing. Maybe it is. I still hold some JASMY. We'll see what happens. But to me, I mean, it's the market has to resurface for it to resurface. It could be the most big double bottom ever. Some people will believe in it and they'll hold it and they'll probably make gains years from now. Some people will can it. You know, for me, it just looks like it's going to take a long time before it gets back to an all-time high. You see inverse cat ears of the 50-minute ETH chart. Keep up the streams. Let's take a look at Ethereum, USDT. It's a great way to engage me is to ask something that I love and know. Funny, last time we looked at ETH, we did look for that move up. 3,100, and it kind of went sideways. It did make the move up. Cat ears to the downside. You're saying down here on the 15. Nah, I don't see it as cat ears. I see it as bull div, honestly. A strong bullish divergence. You kind of should bounce from. Wow, ugly price action for Ethereum, huh? Let's take a look at it on the daily and kind of zoom in here to see what we're going over. Something like this, right? Can it bounce and get tight is what we're looking for. You never know. But again, that's what I see for alts. A pump sideways, and they don't break out until June or July. I just keep, and then they pump into December. So we get an alt rally, but the rally doesn't start till like July or August. So this is why I sold altcoins. I said, even, you know what I mean? I said I'll be able to get back in with double the money that I had in them, and then I'll trade them when the markets, you know, otherwise they could go down and I'd have to go through this. I'm not going through that. So I'm either coming up and getting back in here, and that's why I have all the tether on the sidelines. I might have to wait like 7-8 months to go back in. Like, it might be May. That's only 4 months. It will happen fast. You know, 4 months will go by very fast. It's going to be May like this. That's what you guys don't realize. May is going to come fast this year, faster than you ever realized. Time is flying if you haven't noticed. Ethereum looks somewhat bullish to me. I almost think, am I upside down or something? Why am I... Ethereum looks, it's pretty close to its daily 200. Ethereum didn't even come close. Yeah, Ethereum's back above its 3-day 200 with some strength and some greenery. We'll see, though. It did ping that. It's well, look at the 5-day 200 was a bounce. So Ethereum's already done things. Bitcoin hasn't even come close to the 5-day 200 moving average. Ethereum's been in the dumps for so long that it kind of was like not much left to sell it off. I like what I'm seeing here for Ethereum. But I just see months of consolidation and a pump somewhere September, October of 2026. And that's alt season right there. And I've been saying this for a long time. And it just kind of makes sense. And I could be wrong, but that's what I see happening. And again, remember waiting to the end of the stream to find out when alt season's going to be? But that's likely when we're going to see alt season, in my humble opinion. I could be wrong, but that's something that I'm looking at, to be, you know, brutally honest. So that's how it looks. So yeah, and again, there's some hopium copium there. It says, yeah, we might actually get a bounce soon for ETH. Hey, Sam, hope your Thursday has started well. Can we look at TAI, please? And send in a TA super chat for TAs and super chats and stuff like that. Wow, I love this. Remember, it's supposed to be backed by the Solana Foundation. Now, it's either doing a giant Adam and Eve, and it comes back with a vengeance, and you're buying the greatest product ever at the lowest price, or it's dead. And to me, I'm done speculating, so it's dead, you know. But again, maybe it comes back from... My mind's dead, but that doesn't mean it's not going to come back. You have to decide what it is to you. It is oversold. That's a great... You know, you're not buying the top. Definitely ain't buying the top, but dang. And let's take a look at gold on the chart, too, that I have for you. And I see gold breaking out on the daily, making massive gains. I see them continuing to print money. I kept telling you the gold trade was a basically, you know, pretty simple trade. And I was going to go all in there and ride gold. You know, I'm going to ride gold all the way up to $5,000 somewhere by January 15th. This is going to be a 2-3 month trade. And it looks like we're going to make a good amount of money in this next big leg for gold. And then it might probably, I see it likely consolidating again and doing the same thing. But we were all over this. There's the cup and handle. We talked about it. We went over it. I gave it to you guys. We traded it on BTCC. All right. We'll log in right now, but show you that gold trade doing damage, baby, doing damage. So loving to see that gold trade doing damage. It's amazing. Pinch me, I'm dreaming. Am I really on YouTube? Hold up. I have to ask you guys, am I really on YouTube? Is that real? Like, is this real? Like, is this really happening? Is this a live stream on YouTube? I just don't even, I don't know what to say. Like, my life changed so fast, I still look back and can't believe what's happened. I just want to say thank you, everyone. I'm just so grateful. Yeah. Shout out to anyone in the gold trade with me making gains. You don't have to stress this Bitcoin nonsense today in all its entirety. All right. Now what you're seeing is basically a symmetrical triangle. These are 50-50, could go either way, but they mainly dump to the downside. Now you got a target at 88.2. Now you got a form of structure. So you either break up or down. This is a 50% shot. So when you take this trade, just know. And you're below the 200, it adds it to more bearish. So I'd say 59%, you know, to 51, something like that. Or to 41, man. Smash it, Sam. We were proud of you. Thank you. Milligan's Travels, God bless you. Always rise it to the top. Amen. No, welcome to the simulation. Yes, this is the no pants show. I got pants on. Gray pants. It's not the same pants that go with the suit. They're J. Crew cotton pants, but gray pants nonetheless to match kind of everything. Yeah, I got pants on, man. I ain't doing that. Proof of pants every time we're on the stream. Can you see Jelly Sam? I think it'll flag out more. We did look at it already. I'm kind of done. Yeah. Hope it does well for you, though, buddy. Hope it does. I'm just joking. I'm going to look at it. Yeah, seems to be flagging out. If Bitcoin can hang out, go a little more sideways, Jelly may have some more. When it runs, it tends to run. I'd be very careful. I wouldn't be chasing high-risk tiny coins. But hey, you never know. You know, the funny thing is the story behind Jelly is I actually know the whole story behind Jelly, actually. And I actually know the guy who created it. We spoke to him. It's funny. Jelly was created with... I'll get this guy's name. Hold on. But it was one of his buddies. He didn't make it, but someone he knew made it. You know what I mean? And from there, it went on from there. Yeah, so I got to meet Nasir Yassin, right? And let me show you this guy. Interesting guy, YouTube for 1,000 days straight, got himself on the map, you know what I mean? They call him Nas Daily, right? That's him, Nas Daily. That's how he's known. 70 million followers, okay, on YouTube, I believe, to help millions work for themselves. Yeah, he built Nas.io. He's just awesome guy, very interesting. And what he did is his friend, I guess, came up with Jelly. It was like a joke, and next thing you know, it became a big meme, and he actually is behind it. So it's not behind, like, there's not some crazy team behind it, actually, or like, it's not a shady cabal. It's actually a really, we found out, like, and we actually talked to the owner, and like everyone thought it was, we said we thought it was a scam coin, and it was a shady scam coin, and the guy laughed. And so, you know, there actually is an organic story behind Jelly Jelly. I found that out when I went to Lisbon. I actually sat at a table with Nas Daily, and he told us this. He called the dude on the phone. He gave us the phone, and he said, these guys think you're a scammer, and they laughed because like the guy wasn't even into crypto like that. They didn't even know how to really like do that whole thing. Yeah, I mean, Jelly Jelly could make some more gains. It may go from 8 to 12 cents. That's a 50% shot. But it's very high risk. I'd be very careful trading that. Like, I wouldn't be putting 10K in there going for 5,000. I think that's extremely high risk. But maybe on a live trade, people are going to go on it. It's looking somewhat bullish. We'll see. But remember, the bigger time frames are also getting stressed away from the 21. You're chasing a 4-hour pump very far away from the 21. That's going to crash hard at one point. Second that 4-hour close of the tweezer top, it's probably a great time to short that. So I'd be looking for the 4-hour tweezer top to short personally. Other than, you know, you might get the scaled 15-minute. You might just get this. You know what it usually does is it makes a bear div here. So it'll get like a swoof, and then like it'll make a bearish divergence, which it already seems like it's making, you see? So just watch out for that. That's what it looks like is happening. Back to the BTC idea, it's now kind of sideways again. And again, it's in a 50% symmetrical triangle. 50-50, it breaks back to 91.5 or back down to 88.1, right? Really, it does, you know, either way. And yeah. And as we end the show, pretty lackluster for Bitcoin. And I wish I could have made it done more, but it didn't. Really not much else I can get it doing. So shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. Appreciate each and every one of you for being absolutely amazing and awesome. This is one of the most respectful, great groups of people to live stream to. I love you all. I can't wait to see you again, and tomorrow for another beautiful live stream. I did like the Sui cheat to set it super fast. However, once they roll back their blockchain, that's the end for Mr. Interesting. Interesting. Yeah. Thanks for the stream, Sammy, Pants, and Hanny. Hey, be careful over there. Shout out to all my beautiful people. Thank you for being here. I love you. I appreciate you. I'll be back in the group commentating, you know, bit by bit, piece by piece, and going over what Bitcoin does throughout the day. Everyone, I love you. I appreciate you. If you want to join the Discord, go to cryptolifer.com. Go to cryptolifer.com, hit the subscribe button, and you can become a quarterly, a monthly, or a yearly member of the Discord. Jump on in today. It'll change your life. Hang out with people that are consistent to get consistency into your life. That's it. That's all I can tell you. You're not going to be great to start. You got to start to be great. You got to start somewhere. My education, my school is a great place to get you going. I love you all. I'll see you on the next one. Keep coming back. Keep pushing. And what a great week of trading it's been. And hey, there's always opportunity for the people that believe there's opportunity. That's the beautiful thing about it. And I know there's opportunity for me, so I'm going to find it. And I know you will too. God bless you all. Thank you so much for everything. I'll see you on the next live stream.